We are the Voluit, and our species' history began like most others. Stone Age tribes occasionally warring with each other, then on to the use of bronze, then iron, then the age of kingdoms, empires, castles and knights. Yet when we industrialized is as far as we can tell when we became the fastest developing species in the galaxy. For you see, we inherited our world from a then unknown civilization, who for one reason or another disappeared. Yet they left behind many wonders that we inherited, and just then were starting to make sense of, which in turn allowed us to learn about the more advanced wonders they left behind. Old automatic firearms, shut down oil rigs, and corrupted but still usable advanced computer systems all served to accelerate our species' advancement. Eventually we launched our first exploratory satellite in order to learn more about the dark void that surrounded us, and that's when they came. They entered our system in spaceships that were brutalistic in design, yet ornately decorated, and watched as our satellites flew by them and the celestial bodies of our home system on its way to the next one over. The fleet of 7 quickly moved towards our homeworld and plopped their own satellites into our planet's orbit. These appear to be similar to, though far more advanced than the broken satellites that had been in our planet's orbit for millennia. This sparked fear. Though we had long suspected alien life, we had just now seen it, and after this event, many suspected them to be a scouting force who marked our planet for invasion, and so governments began devising plans for such an event, while alien invasion became the most popular genre in all forms of media, from movies to the burgeoning video game industry. Eventually, we launched our first manned expedition to the singular moon of our planet within the next 2 rotations. This was an effort that many previously rival nations and companies put aside their differences aside to accomplish together, now that we were faced with an alien menace. So the ship landed on the moon, and the crew of 6 began to plant the flags of the various nations that had participated in this great mission. And that's when they came. Hundreds of thousands of ships of various sizes entering our system and advancing in our world at breakneck speeds, as our militaries prepared to fight a war we could not win. Strangely, they did not nuke us to hell. Instead, they gathered around our planet and our moon, and made a holographic projection, what was in our dominant language at the time simply saying, "Good work." Somehow, the most peaceful event was the most unexpected. Some of our governments, corporations, and institutions attempted to contact our alien friends, but with no luck, and when our astronauts returned home to Sol Free, they left. Though one of the astronauts stated in an interview that he felt as though the aliens celebrated our accomplishments as much as we did. Time marched on, the aliens' visits after that day becoming increasingly sparse, until just before we had developed FTL technology, they had stopped. But when we did successfully go to our closest neighbouring system, we met aliens once more, but not the aliens we knew. The ships they flew appeared to be solely geared towards looking aesthetically pleasing, rather than that wonderfully brutalistic yet ornate design we had grown to love. However, these new aliens, known as the Amica, were even more friendly than our friends, the mysterious progenitors, as we now call them, and the Amica were also reptilians like us, which was a nice plus. They even offered us the technology required to terraform uninhabitable worlds into worlds just right for us. They also gave us a map of our local sector. Though things took a turn for the unfortunate when they revealed to us that the galaxy was not as friendly as we were led to believe. Indeed, many of the other star states in our area were at best indifferent, such as the avian Torkul, and at worst, actively hostile like the insectoid Trollu. On top of that, space piracy was also very common in our sector, and would likely spread to our systems when we eventually got going. However, there were also plenty of other species willing to engage in trade and cooperation too, such as the amphibious Hedei and Warutteri. We were also informed that our entertainment media would likely appeal to these foreign markets, after the Amica saw some of it by request, but we would not be without competition, as the Hedei produced fine art of all types as well. They also informed us of the horrifying reality that we existed in the backyards of 2 galactic superpowers. One was the 20,000 rotation-old expansionist Bellum Dominion, who often wiped out the residents of the territory they conquered, though on rare occasions would enslave them, and even rarer allow them to exist as second-class citizens. The other was the United Human Republic, which was seemingly an isolationist star state that only attacked when they felt threatened, and were apparently one of the first star states ever, being perhaps 600,000 rotations old. We were told to never approach either of these giants under any circumstances, and we did not. Yet we still had a mission to find our mysterious progenitors. We terraformed our first few colonies, both in and out of the Sol system. Still we could not find them. We made contact with the Warutteri and established trade, as well as a mutual defense treaty. Still we did not find them. We fought off the first waves of space pirates in our border successfully. Still we did not find them. We managed to just barely manage to outcompete the Hedei in entertainment and art. Still we did not find them. We fought a bloody war against the Trollo to a standstill for 18 rotations before pushing the aggressors back. Still we did not find them. We explored as close to the giants as we were willing to. Still we did not find them. We became the dominant military and pop culture power within our corner of space. Still we did not find them. We asked the Amica if they were sure they had never seen ships with brutalistic design, ornate decorations and many colours. Still we did not find them. We put a lot of effort into our research and development, and managed to surpass our neighbours in some, though not all, fields of science and technology. Still we did not find them. Eventually we drew the attention of the Bellum, and we knew it was all over. Still we did not find them. Indeed, this was where the Voluit Commonwealth died. Fortunately the Bellum saw enough potential in us to not wipe us out, but turn us into second-class citizens instead. This was a fate we would fight with all our hearts. Even so many of our allies abandoning us is something we cannot fault them for. Even the Hedei, most interestingly the Trollo, perhaps out of respect for winning our war against them all those rotations ago, were willing to fight our side to the bitter end. Still, we did not find our mystery progenitors. Nonetheless, we fought, and we fought, battle after battle after battle, one loss after another. The Bellum Dominion truly proving itself worthy of the title of galactic superpower. The Amica attempted to help, where they could, but they could not do much out of fear of greatly angering the approaching giant. Still, we could not find our beloved mystery progenitors. Many doubted that they even existed anymore. And so the enemy made it to our homeworld with a fleet of 4.5 million compared to 85,000 that we and our allies could muster. We fought with all the fury we had, only for 5/6 of our ships to burn. Then there came tens of millions of Lightspeed signatures, ships of all colours and sizes of brutalistic architecture and ornate decoration bearing down on the enemy fleet to turn the tide of the battle. No, the entire war. The Amica seemed just as confused as everyone else, but we knew the truth. Our mysterious progenitors, our first contacts, our guardian angels, had come to save us in our darkest hour. And they revealed themselves to be humanity, that isolationist superpower the Amica had warned us of. Long ago our homeworld was theirs, but overuse of fossil fuels led to the apocalypse of sorts. And so they left for the first habitable world they had found outside of their own in generational ships, and after hundreds of thousands of rotations, they developed both FTL travel and terraforming technology, and were ready to take back their homeworld. Only to find that, miraculously, life had rebounded on their homeworld without outside influence, and with new life came new civilization. Our civilization, the Voluit.